My husband and I really laugh because we're probably the last people that you would think of as green champions. If someone's trying to do something in the community, I'll support it. Dipped my toe in and found I became green aware by accident, you know, so you don't have to be a real, you know, keen environmentalist to make a difference.
I didn't know what to expect, really. I thought it would be a bit, you know, boring. I thought we'd have to plod through something, and that the whole point was to get the panels on your roof. So my expectation wasn't very high. I thought I'd find it really boring. So it's been totally the opposite. It's been brilliant. We've all started to get to know each other. We've all started doing different things with each other, for each other, which I think has been fantastic. You know, it's just become much more than talking about energy, or it's not at all dull. It's great. I really look forward to coming.
We've had a laugh every time we've met. We've enjoyed it, haven't we?
Oh yes, it's been fun.
Sandra.
Yes, it's not all serious.
No.
You know, we learn a lot of things from each other.
Yes.
But we also do have fun times, don't we?
It's been very special for me recently because I've been quite ill, and several members of the group were lovely. They came and walked sunny for me.
Without actually going in and peering in her window all the time and seeing if she was all right and upright. Just knowing that there were several of us who were walking past, just keeping an eye out, that she, you know, that the curtains were drawing and she was okay.
It's just a great support network, and I wouldn't have done it on my own. I wouldn't have known how to. I wouldn't have felt confident.
I think most groups that have taken part in the transition streets have all noticed the social element, as well as the benefits from being in the group.
You get a folder with lots of big writing, lots of colour and pictures, and lots of interesting information.
It was something, you know, you hope to learn from. You know, what could I be doing that I'm not doing at the moment? Am I missing something out?
I think some things you don't really want to look at, you'd rather not look at. A bit of a tendency to be in denial about some things, you know, electricity bills and what we need to keep our bills lower.
Some of it has definitely been learning, like you say, knowing where switches are and how thermostats work and how certain things operate that maybe I thought I knew but didn't. But some of it's just slightly more commitment, like instead of thinking I really must get a compost bin one day, actually thinking, well, I better get it by the next meeting, actually, and then doing it. I mean, I'm still thinking, oh, I must get a water butt one day, but I think I'm much more likely to do it having been shown how to fit them and having seen them in action next door.
You know, the growing of the vegetables is great, because we have all got a garden of some sort. But it's confidence, you know, and if you can see one person doing it, you think, well, okay, I'll have a go. And then you get more confident.
We've got our water metered with South West Water because other members in the group have had theirs metered, and they were explaining how much it saved and so on and so forth. So we've actually just had our meter installed the other day. So hopefully we'll be halving our water bill roughly, which is great.
And it's interesting to know that you can get help with cavity wall insulation and loft insulation, not over 70, as most leaflets tell you, but actually over 60. Because otherwise I'd have had quite a long way to wait. But now, luckily, I've had it done. So that was something I hadn't anticipated, but it's happened and I'm delighted with it. But I'm hoping that the biggest saving will be the cavity wall and the loft insulation. But we will see by next winter's bill, hopefully.
Well, I think the biggest change I will make will be having the photovoltaic panels on my roof, which I hope I'm in line for, providing I can get a full grant and a loan. So I'm hoping for that. And that will cost me very little because the loan actually, the repayments on the
feed-in tariff actually will pay more or less for the loan.
I'm hoping to find out how much it's going to cost to get the PV panels put up on the roof and what I need to do to get there.
To start with, we'll have a look at the roof, basically check the condition of the roofs. If we feel that the condition of the roof isn't going to last longer than the system, we'd obviously advise to have it re-roofed. So then also, I guess another key aspect of the roof is the size of the roof and shading as well. So we're looking for basically a shade-free area to generate as much electricity as possible.
Having the solar PV on the roof, I've noticed that either my electricity meter is going backwards or even static, even when I'm using equipment during the day. So we're quite excited about that. We started off just making small changes, and gradually, bit by bit, we've become more environment aware and been able to make a huge change now, having solar PV, which we wouldn't have done when we first started.
It does open your eyes up, which I don't think is a bad thing today. We all need to keep our bills down.
But I think we probably will go on actually meeting on a regular basis, because it's, if nothing else, than from the point of view of the social side, you know, we get on really well and we have a little natter and a chat, and obviously we can keep finding out other bits of information as how people are getting on. I think Ruth's talking about getting solar panels and so on. Well, we can find out how she's getting on with that.
All the support we've had all
That's
the time from, you know, the Transition Streets movement as a backup, and I think this is the strength. You know, people do find all this kind of stuff really hard to do on their own.
It's knowing the right contacts.
Exactly.
And you know who to get in contact first. And as I say, Mary did chase up the information from the work that I've had done. So it's certainly worth doing. If you can get a group together, it really is worth it.
It's really nice to feel, you know, other people are doing it with you. So I think, you know, if anybody, you know, is in the least bit sort of worried about joining a group, I just think they just, you know, will love it. So, yeah, I'd say do it.